Hi, Penguin fans. Rob Rossi, your beat reporter for Trib Total Media. We are coming to you from Consol Energy Center, where it only seems like it's been a month since they've last played a Stanley Cup playoff game. The Penguins and Boston Bruins will open the Eastern Conference Final Saturday night at 8 p.m. The Penguins will have had 7 full days off, the Boston Bruins 6, before they play this series, a best-of-7 affair. We now know the schedule. We know that games 6 and 7, if necessary, would be played in different cities on back-to-back nights. We also know that these teams are going to be very well prepared for each other, having had all this time to practice and go over film. The interesting matchups for the series, well, it starts with Patrice Bergeron, the very skilled two-way center for the Boston Bruins, a good friend of Sidney Crosby. Bergeron, a Selke Trophy finalist. He's going to be matched up with Crosby. Most consider him to be the best player in the world. Crosby's going to be playing without a face guard for the first time since breaking his jaw. Crosby feels like his vision will be improved. That should help him offensively. But going against Bergeron is no easy assignment. That's going to allow the Boston Bruins, if they choose, to now pair their defense with Zdeno Chara against Evgeny Malkin's line. Now, Malkin's line has sort of been hit or miss during the playoffs, but really came on in the second round against the Ottawa Senators. You saw he and James Neal, who finished that series with a hat trick, starting to find a real rhythm with Jerome McGinley. Jerome McGinley, of course, is going to be a big deal in this series. He spurned the Boston Bruins at the last minute, chose to come play for the Penguins when the Calgary Flames were dealing with him. Now McGinley has to go against the Bruins. He said earlier this week that this has always been something that's been in his mind, that he expected to have to go through Boston once he joined Pittsburgh. Going to be a lot of eyes and a lot of attention on him. But if you're looking for where this series is probably going to be decided, look to the net. You've got Tuukka Rask, who this season replaced Tim Thomas as the full-time starter for the Boston Bruins. Of course, Thomas was so brilliant for them, winning the Vezina Trophy twice, and he won the Conn Smythe in 2011 with one of the all-time great playoff runs by a goaltender. But he's no longer with the Bruins. They've turned it over to Rask, who's been really good so far through 2 rounds of the playoffs, but he hasn't seen anything like this Penguins offense. And this Penguins offense has already broken Evgeny Nabokov, and in the second round, Craig Anderson, who was a Vezina Trophy finalist last year and is widely considered to be one of the elite goaltenders in hockey. So how Rask holds up against the Penguins will be one area to watch. Can Tomas Vokoun be a guy who continues to stand up? He's facing about 33 shots a night, but a lot of them are coming from the outside, perimeter shots. He hasn't really been challenged all that often since replacing Marc-Andre Fleury. Perhaps the most interesting thing about this series going into the Eastern Conference Final is this. Nobody with the Penguins has firmly committed publicly to Tomas Vokoun being their starter. That leads you to believe that Marc-Andre Fleury could be a guy they go to if things don't go well early. As always, we'll have all the coverage you need at triblive.com, video, audio, and in print if you still do that stuff. I'm Rob Rossi of Trib Total Media.